Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video it is going to be the best ways to take down the Archon. So without further ado guys, let's get right on into today's video. So in this gameplay I'm going to be using Wisp Prime. That is because the new best way to take on Archons is having high fire rate and high damage weapons. So the warframe I'm going to be using is going to be Wisp. To go along with Wisp, I'm going to be using Eclipse from Mirage. Now, you are able to use Zata's Whisper, Roar or Eclipse. They are all interchangeable, but my personal preference is Eclipse for the Archon, so that is what we are going to be going with. So people, I'm going to be giving you a rundown of a few primaries and a few secondaries that you can use for the Archon, and I will explain and show you why it's so good. One more quick thing I wanted to mention is that I am going to be using the Madurai Focus Tree for the Void Strike, which is going to deal a ton more damage across all of the weapons. So, with that out of the way, let's get right on into these weapons and these configs. Spoiler, most of these weapons are going to be Incarnate, so I hope you guys have been stacking up and been doing the circuits in order to get your Incarnate adapters. So the first weapon we are going to be going on over is going to be the Bratton. Now the Bratton is a very good weapon just in general because of that Incarnate adapter. So let's go on over the Incarnate path. Now for the Incarnate path, the first one you're going to want to use is the Daring Reverie. So this is just going to increase damage and ammo efficiency. The next one you're going to want to use is Void's Guidance to reduce your recoil. And the next one you're going to use is Critical Parallel for extra crit chance and extra crit damage. So this is the config you're going to want to run on the Bratton. Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Galvanized Scope for extra crit chance on a headshot. You're going to want to go with Viral, so Infected Clips and Prime Cryo rounds. You are going to want to throw a Bane mod on. This is debatable. If you want to exchange this for something else such as Fire Rate, please feel free to do so. The next mod we're going to use is Vile Acceleration for Fire Rate. Then we are going to add Critical Delay for crit chance, Vital Sense for crit damage, and we're also going to add on Vigilante Supplies. Now for the Arcane, we are going to go with Primary Deadhead. This is for extra damage on a headshot, which is what we are primarily going to be aiming for. So guys, this is the config for the Bratton, so let me show you what this does up against the Archon. This is going to be the config I'm running on Wisp, just real quick to get this out of the way so you guys know what I'm running. So for Wisp, I'm running Growing Power for Strength, Fuse Reservoir for all three of the mods, Prime Continuity for a bit of duration, and then every single mod is for Strength, Triple Umbrals for Strength, August Secret, Strength, Blind Rage for Strength, Energy Conversion for Strength, Amar's Hatred for Strength. Now for the Arcanes, I'm running Malt Vigor just for a little bit of extra strength, and I'm also running Arcane Energize just so that I never run out of energy whilst running this sort of mission for the Archon. Now, for the Subsume, I have already mentioned that I have rocked Eclipse over Wisp's 4th, and as you can see here, we get a promising 580% damage increase. So people, the way that you're going to want to play Bratton is literally just build up your 3 times headshot multiplier from the Primary Deadhead, and that is simply it. That is all you need to do to get the Bratton in vibing shape, order to take the Archon down fast as anything. So people, we're next to the Archon fight, so what you're going to want to do from here is very simple. You're going to want to turn on the Incarnate, hit the Eclipse, use your Void Strike, and as you guys can see here, oh, missing the fire rate muff. And as you guys can see here, we're just destroying the Archon. Very nice and very easy. So that is literally it. And then you can get on and do this again for the second phase. Weapon number 2 is going to be the Bursten Incarnate as well. So let's get on into the Incarnate evolution for the Bursten. So for the Bursten, the first evolution you're going to want to go with is going to be Fortress Salvo for extra punch through. The next one you're going to want to go with is Kinetic Battle for less recoil, and the final evolution is going to be Fatal Affliction, which is plus 40 direct damage per status affecting the target. Some people say this is bugged. It's a little bit of a 50-50 opinion, but I still use this. Now for the config on the Bursten, you're going to want to run something like this. Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Vile Acceleration for fire rate, Infected Clip for toxin, which we're going to be pairing with Stormbringer to give us corrosive, Galvanized Aptitude for extra damage on status, Critical Delay for crit chance, Vital Sense for crit damage, and Galvanized Scope for extra crit chance. And again, we are going to be using Primary Deadhead on this config. Now that we've gone over the Bursten config, let me show you why this is so good up against the Archon. So guys, the gameplay loop for this is going to be basically the exact same. Literally just build up your Incarnate, get your 3 times Primary Deadhead multiplier active, and then you are all good to go for the Archon fight. Again, people, so now we are close to the fight. So what you want to do, mot down, activate the Incarnon, activate your Eclipse, and in we go. From here, straight up, use Void Strike, and then you're just going to want to melt the Archon, as you guys can see from this gameplay, like this. So again, nice and easy, and you're already onto the second phase, so you can go do that again and finish the Archon up. Weapon number 3 is going to be the Bolto or the Bolto Prime. So let's get right on into the Incarnon evolution path you're going to want to take with this one. So for the first Incarnon, you're going to want to throw on Hunter's Mantra for extra punch through. The next one you're going to want to use is Swift Deliverance for extra projectile speed. And the last one is Komodo's Fortune for extra crit chance. So guys, let's get right on into the config you're going to want to run on the Bolto. So this is the config you're going to want to run on the Bolto. Galvanized Scoped. And then we are going to pair this up with Viral. So Scope for extra crit chance, Viral for our element, Galvanized Aptitude for extra damage, Galvanized Chamber for extra multi-shot, Vital Sense for extra crit damage, Critical Delay for extra crit chance, and Hunter's Munition for nothing but slash. And we're also throwing on Vigilante Supplies with this. And for the Arcane, Primary Deadhead, again because Deadhead is ultimately better just for building up big damage and giving us extra damage on headshots. So guys, that is the config for the Bolto. Let's run this and show you what the Bolto does up against the Archon. I'm sure you guys get the loot by now, so you know we're just going to build up our headshots, build up our Incarnon, and then into the fight we go. So guys, you know how it is. Eclipse on, Incarnon on, mot down, and then into the fight we go. As soon as we're here, Void Strike, and just destroy the Archon as fast as you possibly want. And simple as that. Aiming for headshots is ideally better because it just does more damage, but you can destroy everything and rinse and repeat for the second phase. Weapon number 4 is going to be the Soma or Soma Prime. So let's get right on into this. For the Incarnon evolution path, this is what you're going to want to take. The first one you're going to want to go with Fortress Salvo for extra punch through. The next one you're going to go with Rapid Reinforcement for reload speed and for Incarnon transformation speed. Now for the last one you're going to want to go with Fatal Affliction, basically Galvanized Shot. So let's get right on into the config. So for the config you're going to want to run something like this. Hatha Satya for extra crit chance. Viral again because Viral is just a very good element to run. Galvanized Aptitude for extra damage. Galvanized Chamber for extra multi-shot. Hammer Shot for extra crit damage and status. Hunter Munition for slash. Point Strike for crit chance. And Vigilante Supplies for that lovely crit chance and just for a little bit of ammo pickup. Now again, Primary Deadhead, we're going to be using the same gameplay loop over here. So let's get right on into how the Soma destroys the Archon. So like I said before, people, same gameplay loop. We're just going to build up our headshot multiplier and then into the Archon fight we go. Okay people, we're next to the Archon fight. Same story. Eclipse. Incarnon. Jump into the fight. Void Strike, and out we go into just straight destroying the Archon, which is definitely what you want to be doing. So, same story, jump onto the second phase, rinse and repeat. Weapon number 5 is going to be Bow or the Bow Prime. So, let's get right on into this. For the Incarnon transformation path, you're going to want to take this. Fortress Salvo for extra punch through, Practice Grip for extra accuracy, and Critical Parallel for extra crit chance and extra crit damage. So guys, let's get right on into the config for the bow. So people, this is the config you're going to want to run on the bow. Galvanized Hell for multi-shot, Galvanized Savvy for extra damage on status, Prime Chilling Grass for cold, and Contagious Spread for toxin, making that viral. Prime Ravage for crit damage, Prime Cleanse Corpus. Now, like I said with the Bane mods, you can definitely replace them. For example, I would replace that with Critical Deceleration just for extra crit chance. That is a very, very good option there too. Shotgun Barrage for fire rate and Vigilante Ornaments for multi-shot. I'd always recommend sticking the lovely Vigilante Supplies into the Excel slot, but that is completely optional and up to you whether you guys care about the weapon like that or not. Now the last thing is Primary Deadhead, because of course headshot multipliers. So now that is the config for the bow, let's run on and show you guys how it destroys the Archon. Same loop, I'm pretty sure you guys know by now. Just build up that headshot multiplier and then we head straight on into the Archon fight. Activate the Incarnon, activate the Eclipse, put the mods down and into the fight we go. Use the Void Strike and then just destroy the Archon like there is no tomorrow. And onto the second phase we go. Rinse and repeat and then just keep destroying the Archon with this weapon. Weapon number 6 is going to be the Torrid. So let's get on into the incarnate path you're going to want to take with this one. So for the incarnate path, you're going to want to run Plentiful Mayhem. We are also going to want to run Swift Deliverance for projectile speed and Komodo's Fortune for crit chance. So guys, let's get on into the config you're going to want to run on the Torrid. So people, for the Torrid, you're going to want to run something along this sort of config. Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Hammer Shot for crit damage and status, Galvanized Aptitude for more damage, Hunter Munition for slash, Prime Cryo Rounds for cold because this is a toxic weapon that is going to create the viral, Critical Delay for crit chance, Vigilante Ornaments that I just got rid of, and Vital Sense for crit damage. We're going to go with Sniper Ammo Mutation just for a little bit of extra ammo, and Primary Deadhead because of course the lovely critical multiplier. So guys, we've got the config here for the Torrid, so let's go and destroy the Archon and show you what this guy can do. So guys, same loop, build up your Incarnate, build up your headshot multiplier, and into the fight we go. So people, we're next to the fight, Mort down, Eclipse on, Incarnate transform, and in we go. As soon as we're in, Madurai Void Strike, and then just destroy the Archon like it's absolutely no one's business. Now with this Torrid, I don't recommend it as much as the other weapons because you most likely will have to recharge your Incarnate in the middle of the fight, but at the same time you can still absolutely shred the Archon with the Torrid, no questions asked. Now for the secondaries, people, the weapon you're going to want to use is the Dual Toxicist. So let's get on into the Incarnate path on this one. So for the first one, you're going to want to use is Carnage Rain for basically extra damage affecting the target. Now the next one you're going to want to use is Marksman Hand for extra recoil. Sorry, take away the recoil. And the last one you're just going to want to use Komodo's Fortune to increase your crit chance. So guys, let's get on into the config for the Dual Toxicist. So people, for the config you're going to want to run something like this. Prime Target Cracker for crit damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Convulsion for electricity, I absolutely chalked there, Galvanized Shot for extra damage affecting status, Ogre Pack just for some straight up damage, Gunslinger for fire rate, and Anemic Agility for fire rate. We're also going to want to throw on Reflex Draw, and the cream of the crop of this build is going to be the secondary Encumber, which is going to trigger a random status effect every few bullets, or every single bullet in our case, given our multi-shot, which is going to use the Galvanized Shot and send this build flying and destroy the Archon. Also, we're going to take advantage of that unique trait, which is on headshot we get 150 fire rate, 100 ammo efficiency, and 100 toxin damage. So we're definitely going to make sure to get a headshot as soon as we can close to the Archon fight. So let's go on in and show you how this absolutely destroys the Archon. So people, for the Dual Toxicist, slightly different because we don't need to build up no headshot multiplier. So you literally just build up your Incarnate, and then we are all ready to head on into the fight with the Archon. Now as you guys can see, we're right outside it. So Eclipse on, transform, and in we go. So from here, just use the Void Strike and then just absolutely hammer the Archon, no problem with the Dual Toxicist. Now, same stuff, rinse and repeat in the second phase. So, let's get on into that. Now for our final weapon, which is a little bit of a bonus, I want to go on over the Knell. So let's get right on into the config you're going to want to use on the Knell to absolutely destroy the Archon. Now for the Knell, you're going to want to rock something like this. Triple Gal Shot, so Galvanized Shot for damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, and Crosshairs for crit chance. Now we're going to use Target Cracker for damage and Pistol Gambit for crit chance, and we're going to go viral with Pistol Pestilence and with Frostbite. Now we're also going to use Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, and this is all going to come together with Deadhead. Now the perk of Knell is on a headshot you get basically unlimited ammo and extra crit damage, and your status chance is doubled. So this is what is going to send the Knell into a frenzy up against the Archon, because we're going to get a headshot, get unlimited ammo, and absolutely shrek this Archon. So guys, let me just show you why the Knell is so great. So over here, if we get a headshot with the Knell, let's go find an enemy that's actually got a head. So if we get a headshot with the Knell, then as you guys can see here, we've got unlimited ammo, and we can just hold it and absolutely destroy a bunch of enemies with this. So this is the mechanic we're going to be using to basically destroy the Archon with the Knell. So get a headshot, reload the Knell, Mort's down, hit the Eclipse, do the thingy, and do the Void Strike, and as you guys can see here, get a headshot on the Archon, and you can just see the Knell absolutely destroying the Archon very, very easily with no problems. So that is how you would use the Nell effectively to shred the Archon. So guys, that has been this video on a ton of weapons that will just help you absolutely destroy the Archon. I hope you were able to keep up, and I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please do smash that like button, and if you're new here, please do consider subscribing. There is a link to my Discord server in the description, so please do check that out and feel free to join. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. Please do smash that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!